With just 25 days until Christmas and less than 1 week from Hanukkah, you are looking live at the crowds kicking off December by hitting the stores along 6th Avenue. That, of course, is the Christmas tree on the Fox corner. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of crowds. And as they go out there, they are hopefully crossing out items on their gift list. But let's talk about that, because according to the National Retail Federation, the holiday shopping season, which they define as running from November 1st to December 30th, they do expect sales to shoot up 3 to 4% this year. Now, some retail analysts, though, are concerned about inventories and high discounts and believe that that could cause perhaps lackluster results. But even with Black Friday and Cyber Monday smashing records, one company is smashing all records. It's fast becoming known as the stocking stuffer maker, right? And think stocking, but then socks. They are hoping to see major gift demand, recently becoming the most successful Shark Tank company in the show's history. They have reached a $1 billion level in lifetime sales. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is the CEO and co-founder behind the sock and apparel brand Bombas. Okay, who among us hasn't gotten Bombas socks? They are amazing. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
David Heath, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, great to be here.
You know, when your parents get you socks, people are like, oh, Mom and Dad, that's not what I wanted, except when they're Bombas.
That used to be, we hope that we're changing that, unfortunate narrative around our industry.
That socks are just the death knell of, it's like the lump of coal, but not anymore, because, we've got some of them here. But tell me about the sales of your socks right now. What are you seeing that gives you an indication of the health of the consumer?
Yeah, I mean, this last year has been kind of a little volatile all over the place, right? We've seen some months comping well over, double-digit year-over-year growth, some months comping, high single-digit year-over-year growth. Specifically in the holiday season, and I think a lot of the peer brands that we talked to saw slower starts to the holiday season, especially if you weren't overly promotional. We're a brand that really only offers one discount a year during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then one additional push right before Christmas.
Okay, but what did your Black Friday and Cyber Monday traffic look like?
Yeah, we again saw record volume over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Certainly the best 4-day period of this holiday season, and definitely up pretty significantly year over year from last year.
When you reached $1 billion in lifetime sales, what was that like? Because I remember when you launched, because Damon John, one of the Sharks, is a friend of this show, and I've known him for 2 decades, and he dove in and says, to date, yours was the best pick he's ever made.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we're technically at like 1.35 billion.
Well, correct me. Good.
In just over 10 years of being in business. I mean, it's a milestone that, I don't think I ever could have imagined. We joke around and say that, like, when we first started this business, we had a internal, bet promise that I would get a tattoo of our logo if we ever donated 1 million pair of socks. And we ended up doing that 2 years later. And then 10 years later, we've donated over 100 million items to people who need, in the homeless community. All of these numbers, I mean, far outsize anything that beyond my wildest dreams.
Your business model, as you say, is based on the gift of giving. So is it still every pair?
Every item. So
okay, every item.
For socks, underwear, and T-shirts, which are the top 3 most requested clothing items at homeless shelters, we donate an item to someone in need.
Yeah, I've heard the Sirius XM commercials that you've been doing for the past several years.
I've been ringing in your
You
ear.
really have been an inspiration to entrepreneurs. How did you start this company?
Yeah, it's funny. These ideas, if you're an entrepreneur, I think come in the most unlikely scenarios. I happened to have been scrolling on Facebook back in February 2010, and it came across a post from the Salvation Army that said socks are the #1 most requested clothing items at homeless shelters.
But what were you doing at the time?
I was working at a media company.
Okay.
Another startup. I was very interested in startups. I went to school for entrepreneurship. I always knew eventually that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But I wanted to, I think like dating, you want to wait till you find the right partner, to ultimately go forward with it. And so I'd worked on a number of different ideas, different businesses, different business plans. Sure, I definitely didn't think that this was going to be the one that was going to take me to where I am today. But I think it is because the mission was so profound and it was so meaningful to me. And then I think that resonated with the consumer as well. in combination with delivering such an exceptionally high quality product, which again, I think a lot of the consumers that we're specifically talking to have never really experienced before.
Well, you've obviously expanded. You now do T-shirts and you do women's thongs and
Yeah,
that
men's and women's underwear.
Yes.
Across all
Are
categories.
you coming out with a men's thong? I already know the answer to that. That's probably a no. But Dave,
Probably a no.
you know, the logical progression would be to launch an IPO.
I think like a lot of our peer brands, it was something that we were certainly considering a few years ago when the market was incredibly hot and incredibly receptive to brands like ours. For better or worse, I think we missed the window. I think it's probably for better, given kind of, you know, certainly the public's performance of some of those stocks, regardless of if the, you know, companies have done well or not. I think generally speaking, like a lot of the market, it's all come down. It's certainly nice to kind of weather that storm privately instead of publicly.
But you're not ruling it out.
Not ruling it out, and I wouldn't say it's certainly the thing that we are, you know, laser focused on. I think we've always felt like we're very opportunistic, and we will look at the opportunity if and when it presents itself. Yeah.
And if and when it does present itself, you're going to be sitting right back here talking to us and our viewers.
You bet.
Because we have a very motivated investing audience. Dave, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And by the way, I just this morning bought online the leopard ones, the leopard 4-pack, which it's on discount for the moment. I think like 5%.
Oh, well, so we always have pack discounts.
Pack discounts.
Yeah, pack discounts are all year round, but specific promotional discounts we only do during the holidays.
Okay.
So get them while you can.
That's great to see you. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you so much.